One reason we get in a hurry is we think we're falling behind. Our friend is getting married, our coworker got promoted, the neighbors moved into a new house. We got to make things happen. We're being left out. Well, here's the key. What has your name on it will not go to anyone else. We all have things that we're waiting for, a dream to come to pass, problem to turn around, or to meet the right person. When it's taking longer than we thought, it's easy to get discouraged, to become impatient, and think, when is it ever going to happen? But sometimes it's not happening because we're not prepared for what God has prepared. You're ready for what you have in mind, but if you could see what God has in mind, you would realize you couldn't handle it right now. You need more time to grow, to develop, to gain experience. And the scripture says, let patience have its perfect work. Before you see what God promised, God will send you to the wait room, W-A-I-T. You may not like it. You don't see anything happening. Other people are in the game, making progress. You're stuck waiting. But that time in the wait room is critical. You may not see anything changing, but something is happening. Patience is working. Your spiritual muscles are getting stronger. You're growing, developing. Patience is building you, getting you prepared so you can sustain what God has coming. Don't discount the waiting periods. Don't get discouraged because it's not happening as fast as you would like. The longer it takes, that means the more God has in store. When it's your time, when He knows you're ready, what you give birth to is going to be much bigger than you've imagined. Maybe you've been praying, believing, being your best, but you don't see anything changing. You're tempted to live stressed. Have a new perspective. You're in the wait room. You're not missing out. You're not falling behind. God has you right where He wants you. That promise is right on schedule. Now do your part and wait with a good attitude, not upset, complaining. When is it ever going to happen? No, turn it around. Father, thank you that what you started in my life, you will finish. Thank you that what you promised is on the way. If you will wait with the right attitude, after patience has done its work, you're going to see promises come to pass. But we see waiting as negative. We don't like it. Nothing is happening. We're interested in the destination, but God is interested in the journey. He's working on us along the way. When we understand that waiting doesn't mean nothing is happening, doesn't mean God has forgotten about us, it's all a part of the process, then we can stay in faith knowing that at the right time, God will get us to where we're supposed to be. While you wait, be your best where you are. That's a very important time. God is watching to see if you're ready. And here's the key. If what you're praying about isn't changing, then God is using that situation to change you. If it's not working out, then it's working out something in you. All things are working for your good. The situation you're in may not be changing, then you're in the wait room. If it's not changing, don't worry, you're changing. Patience is working. You're getting stronger, more determined. It's preparing you. And I'll admit, I don't like to wait. I like to move fast. I like to make progress. I like to get things done. My prayer used to be, God, do it now. Do it in a hurry. Do it fast. But I've learned some things take time. so much is developed in the process. In that weight room, when you're doing the right thing but nothing's changing, you have the promise but you're not making progress, remember, something is happening. You're growing, you're developing. You may not like it, but you can't bypass the process. You can't skip the weight room and reach the fullness of your destiny. It's very powerful when you can say, God, I not only trust your ways, but I trust your timing. I know at the right time, when I'm ready, when I can handle it, you will take me to new levels of my destiny. But the mistake we make too often is we get in a hurry and try to make things happen in our own timing. And something may have your name on it. You know God has put it in your heart. But if it happens too soon and you're not prepared, the blessing will become a burden. I used to pray, God, give me everything in a hurry. Now I've learned to pray, God, don't give me anything too soon. Don't take me anywhere that I can't handle. Don't open a door that I don't have the grace to be there. And one reason we get in a hurry is we think we're falling behind. Our friend is getting married, our coworker got promoted, the neighbors moved into a new house. We got to make things happen. We're being left out. Well, here's the key. What has your name on it will not go to anyone else. Well, Joel, this guy may get away. If I don't do something now, if I don't compromise, he may not stick around. If you have to compromise, he's not the right one. God has somebody ordained for you, somebody better than you can imagine. You won't have to beg them to stay, talk them into calling you, convince them to spending time. They'll be so in love with you, you can't get rid of them. Stay in that weight room. Be patient. You may be ready, but God's still working on the other person. David was out in the shepherd's fields when the prophet Samuel came to his house to anoint one of the sons as the next king. David's father, Jesse, didn't even bring David in. He thought, there's no way it's David, he's too young. When Samuel went to pour the oil on the other 7 sons, the oil wouldn't flow. I can imagine him turning the bottle upside down, hitting it, nothing would come out. God was showing us, no matter how hard someone tries to get what's yours, they may manipulate, connive, ignore, leave you out. What has your name on it is coming your way. The person, the job, the house, the opportunity, the promotion cannot go to anyone else. That's why we don't have to live jealous or envious of other people. If it was supposed to be yours, you would have it. Stay in the weight room. Keep a good attitude. Keep growing. Keep passing the test. What God has for you is on the way. The reason it's taking longer is because it's much bigger, much more rewarding than you've thought. When you see what God did, you'll say, it was worth the wait. When you see the person God brings into your life, somebody better than you dreamed, you'll say, it was worth the wait. Maybe you've been in that weight room a long time. You've seen people accomplish dreams, get married, move into their houses. That's great. Be happy for them. But the reason it's taking so long for you is because what you're carrying is not a puppy. It's not something small. You're about to give birth to something you didn't know was in you. Don't get discouraged because it's taking longer. That's a sign that you're carrying an elephant. What you give birth to is going to surprise people. A dream, a ministry, a business that touches the world. You're going to go further than you thought, make a greater impact than you've imagined. That's why you've been in the weight room so long. And sometimes God has to shut the door because what we're believing for is too small. God has something much bigger. He loves you too much to let you miss your destiny. Now keep a good attitude in the weight room when doors are closing, when you're being bypassed. Can I encourage you? Your time is coming. There's a birth in your future. There's something big, something that you weren't expecting. When you see what God was up to, you're going to look back and say, it was worth the wait.